Hello my fellow people of the internet, welcome back to another video. Today we will be discussing a peculiar occurrence. Back on March 25th, 2018, as I'm sure you already know, on the well-known educational YouTuber Michael Stevens or Vsauce's Instagram, the first corn photo was produced. It was a blurry photo of the man consuming corn on the cob, and in the following year and up to the present, many more corn photos were posted with no explanation. They simply were. Even though these photos are becoming less relevant as time goes on, the question still begs and remains to be answered. What is the meaning of these mysterious pictures? Why were they made? And what is their hidden meaning? Is there hidden meaning? Or is it just a random meme, a ploy to gain attention? First, we will be examining and ranking each of the corn photos, and then we will take a deep dive into trying to figure out the meaning of it all. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. Alright, let's begin. Alright, just a disclaimer, some of the photos may have been deleted. I'm just using the ones that I can access currently, and hopefully I didn't miss any. Anyways, this photo right here is in 14th place. This was posted on June 15th in 2018, and this is the worst corn photo of them all. This is because the corn in the photo is hairy, which must have been unsatisfactory for the consumer. And this simple fact severely degrades the value of the photograph. If the corn doesn't taste good, Vsauce is not enjoying the corn, and therefore it is all meaningless. The angle of the photo is also looking up at his face from below, so as a result, Vsauce is not staring at us as if he is in disgust. His eyes are looking away from us as he cannot bear to even be seen consuming the corn. Overall, in this image, he is not enjoying the corn, and the dead expression on his face evokes no emotion at all. So this is a stale photograph that is not as nearly as exciting and engaging as the others. I rate this photo a 2 out of 10. This photo, in at number 13, is not even one that was on Vsauce's Instagram, I don't think. Nevertheless, it is a photo of the man eating corn, and therefore must be included. This photo seems to have been taken in more of a professional setting, in some kind of living room or something. We actually get to see most of Vsauce's body and his surroundings. This makes the photos not as good as the others, as he is kind of far away from the camera, and the viewer is disconnected from the experience. Also, since the photo is far away from the corn doesn't seem to be the main focus of point of the picture, which makes it worse as well. One positive is that the photo does include lots of corn in a pile next to him on the table, but once again Vsauce's face is expressionless, as if he doesn't enjoy the food very much. On top of this all, the picture is in dull lighting, and therefore doesn't seem very cheery or happy at all. Overall, the number 14 photo is still worse than this, as the corn in that photo is hairy, whereas here the corn appears to be of decent value, at least, but still I rate this photo a 2.5 out of 10. At number 5, we have this photo right here. Once again, already much better than the last two photos, as we get to see Vsauce in a controlled area with natural light and a steady camera. However, this is the downfall of the picture. What makes some of the others better is that they have blurry screens and therefore add to the mystery and excitement. This photo does have a lot going on, and it's quite good, but it's quite pretty boring overall, actually. Although, I guess there is nice background with the American flag and all, so maybe I should have ranked this higher. At the same time, though, Vsauce is kind of making a scary face that terrifies me immensely, and therefore I rate this photo a 3 out of 10 just because of that. Okay, we're at number 11 here, and we have a Christmas-themed corn photo, and this is actually the most recent photo currently. This is a really great photo, as it is blurry, which adds to the confusion, and I am wondering how he was able to take this photo. Was someone above him, or did he hold his camera above him himself? This remains to be answered, and all of the top scientists have been trying to work this out ever since this photo was released in December of 2019. About the photo itself, it does appear to be holiday themed, which makes it more unique and special. However, it cannot simply be compared to the other photos, and many of the others are a lot funnier than this one. I rate this one a 4 out of 10. We're here at number 10, and we have this fine photograph of Vsauce in a colorful vest consuming raw corn. The magic in this photo is that Vsauce's head is moving towards the camera somewhat menacingly. Unlike the other one that had kind of a scary face, this one seems more amusing rather than horrifying. Once again, the mystery of how this photo was taken arises. Vsauce could not have possibly taken this photo, as his arms are shown below the camera. That means that someone else must have taken the photo, but this doesn't add up either, as no mortal being would ever been able to get in within 5 feet of Vsauce, especially when he was consuming corn. Overall, this is an okay corn photo and has many great aspects, but simply cannot compare to some of the others, and I rate this as a 4 out of 10 as well. Already, we're at number 9, and here we have a great photo here where Vsauce is eating corn, and the camera has a blurry motion as if the camera was moving up or down quickly. However, as a result, degrading the photo, so it fortunately, the photo includes making it look very comical. I rate this a 5 out of 10. Here at number 8, we have a picture where there's a river full of corn falling from a table onto Vsauce, and this is very amusing and comical indeed, and I laugh so hard whenever I look at this image, even though I sit here typing this with a complete expressionless face. This photo would have been ranked higher, bro, but the corn in the photo looks artificial. It doesn't look very tasty at all. But at the same time, this is the only photo where Vsauce has sheer terror on his face, as if he is afraid of the corn. This is something unprecedented so far in all of history, and yeah, so I don't know what that means. I rate this out of 5 out of 10. Next. Okay. Here we have an awesome photo at number 7 of Vsauce eating raw corn with another person on a football field. This shows that not only Vsauce is eating corn, but now he is spreading the theme of eating corn to other people, which is a good thing as he is spreading joy. Possibly the man in the blue we see here is Vsauce's new apprentice. By having an apprentice, Vsauce is spreading his trade and craft of eating raw corn to others. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I rate this a 6 out of 10. Very awesome indeed. This right here, we're at number 6. That's right, we've entered the top 6 photos, and this one is a very unique one, as it is not a photo, but in fact a video. In this video, we see Vsauce try to eat the corn, but then he stops and his face becomes distorted for a few seconds. It seems like he broke the interdimensional plane for a second right there, after no apparent reason. What scientists have been suggesting is that this is a sign that he is showing that possibly the corn is starting to have a power over Vsauce. He can't even eat anymore without breaking reality into several shards, and this could be a good sign, or it could be a bad sign, depending on how you look at it. But anyways, this video is very funny indeed, and gets me a 6 out of 10. Here at number 8, number 8, what? No, that's not what it's supposed to be. Here at number 5 is the original corn photo. This is the one that started it all, ladies and gentlemen. This was posted back in March of 2018, and it sparked the way for things to come. This was the first photo, therefore it demands much respect among the other photos due to its high prestige and a long, eventful history. As you can see in this photo, Vsauce is in a library, and this could represent being smart or intelligent, as if the corn is trying to say a message, or perhaps Vsauce was. We may never know. Once again, the blurriness makes this a nice photo and very amusing. I rate this a solid 7 out of 10. Number 4 spot. Is an otter dangerous? Otters might look soft and cuddly, but remain dangerous wild animals. Otters have strong teeth and a powerful bite, so whether you see an otter on land or at sea, be sure to maintain a safe distance of at least 50 yards and never feed sea otters. Are otters friendly? There are 13 identified species of otters known. Most people find the otter to be a friendly-looking creature. They tend to leave humans alone so they aren't a threat if you happen to come upon one. However, they can bite and they can fight with their tails, so if you are provoking an attack, then you have been warned. Are otters smart? They've long been lauded as one of the world's most intelligent animals. But new research suggests that sea otters may have outsmarted them, at least in the handiness department. That's well before other sea animals learned to make something their surroundings. How long do otters live as pets? North American river otters live an average of 21 years in age of captivity, but they can reach 25 years of age. In the wild, they normally live about 8 to 9 years, but are capable of living up to 13 years of age. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I rate this photo a 7 out of 10. Here we have a photo at number 3. I repeat, number 3 spot goes to this picture where Vsauce has seemingly collapsed onto the floor while eating corn. Or maybe something else was happening that we don't have a lot of context to work with, though. Okay, boys, there's also a hammer in the photo, which is random. And as you know, everyone, random equals funny. But just the idea that Vsauce has fallen to the ground separates this from the other photos, as this is a true new level of comedy. I rate this photo a solid 8 out of 10. I see absolutely no flaws with this image. Number 2, in this amazing photo, this is number 2, this would have been number 1 for sure, but nevertheless, this is a very high tier photo. This is simply because the photo is of the least quality, and you can barely tell what is going on at all. And also, Vsauce seems to be out of control like a wild animal. His eyes are enlarged for some reason, and you can't tell what's going on at all, and the entire image is so distorted. In fact, you can barely tell that Vsauce is eating corn at all. The camera work is precise too, and you can feel the emotions coming off this work of art. You can feel every possible emotion there is: sorrow, pain, but also joy and laughter. It appears that Vsauce is channeling all his energy into doing whatever he's doing, but furthermore, he appears passionate about it, which is important. This is one of the best corn photos, and I rank it an amazing 9.5 out of 10. And here we are at number 1. We have this. No, it was a tough choice to decide between number 2 and number 1, but this one I decided was better because it was simply more funny. In both photos you can feel emotion and passion, but in this one it is much more crazy, as you can't even see Vsauce's full face, as he's just in such harmony and prosperity. And to top it off, it is hilarious. There are pieces of corn flying everywhere in the air, up and down, and there is so much to look at and wonder at. It is also blurry and has lots of things going for it, and it is just perfect. It is very informal, unlike some of the first photos we looked at, where Vsauce seemed to be scared or held back. Here we see this man embracing the corn, and that's what matters, and that's why this gets a 10 out of 10. Okay, so now we have properly examined all of the corn photos taken from Vsauce's Instagram, and we ranked them specifically off of many factors: funniness, emotion, passion, camera work, blurriness, and other variables. But what is the meaning behind this trend? Why did Vsauce start this and begin posting these strange images? Are there any correlations or patterns that we are missing? To answer this question, we have to assist the help of a resource or a video where Vsauce went on the H3H3 podcast a year ago, and he actually spoke about the corn photos. This might clue us in and help us decipher this mystery. Sorry.
You guys can munch away, but I specifically have a problem. I'm allowed to.
I'll limit my munching.
But Michael, what is with the corn gags? Is that what? Tell me about the genesis of the corn gags. And while you're explaining yourself, because you owe us an explanation.
Explain yourself.
Nothing is more funny than a joke explained.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And so,
That was
is
fun.
that you saying you don't want to explain it? Because I will accept that.
I feel like it'll ruin the magic. You know,
Yeah.
so much of it is, wait, is there a deeper meaning here?
So in this clip right here, Vsauce says if he explains the corn joke, then he might ruin the magic. This is very understandable, as explaining jokes might make them unfunny. However, this hesitation to reveal the secret about the corn reveals that Vsauce might have a lot more going on in his head, and that there may be things we would have never thought of. We all know Vsauce is very smart, so if he thinks of something like the corn photos, and now is unwilling to share the meaning, it means the meaning of it all might be too much for us to handle. It's possible it's even a burden on Vsauce himself.
Right. Here's a collage just to set the tone. But there's this and so much more. Well, you have so many corn posts. Let me find my favorite one if I can choose.
That was taken
It's
at
a
the
hairy
smokehouse
corn.
in LA. It's a hairy corn.
Oh, why is that your least favorite? I think that one is
it's not
quite good.
blurry. It doesn't have the same action.
You need blurry corn action. I think it was this one. This is my favorite corn pick.
Well, the problem is, if I say too much, it loses its mystique.
Okay, this is a lot of information to take in. Vsauce said blurriness was seen as action in a corn photo and was valuable, and that he hated the hairy corn photo, which is my number 14 pick. Obviously, I've seen this video before, so I made sure to include those factors in my ranking. I ranked the ones that were blurry a little higher. But anyways, Vsauce is again hesitant to say too much, or he himself is even questioning if there's a deeper meaning or not. You can really tell that there are conflicting thoughts going on in Vsauce's head right now, and that makes what he says next that just more interesting.
It all began with my father. If I can get deep here for a second. He would like just say weird stuff out of nowhere sometimes. Like he'd be in the bathroom and you just hear like, "Corn Dog Willie was a friend of mine." My wife and I got a cat and I was like, let's call it Corn. That'd be funny. And she like was into it. So we have a cat named Corn. And then I started to be consumed by the corn. And now I can't
Interesting.
stop.
Do you really like corn?
Corn stop.
That was good.
Now in this clip, Vsauce reveals some of his prior attachments to the vegetable, and for some brief backstory about what Vsauce's mindset was in the first place, before all this started. And then he says he was consumed by the corn. This relates back to what I said earlier about maybe the corn is holding a power over Vsauce. He may be obsessed, and it could be too late for him. At the same time, if he is obsessed with the corn, he could be trying to warn us of some sort of impending doom. Or if there is a deeper meaning, then he could be the only one who knows the meaning of it all, if he is the only one who has been consumed by the corn. You see, the tables have turned now. Instead of Vsauce consuming corn, the corn is consuming Vsauce.
Clever.
Yeah. That's one you've thought of and
Let me also clarify. Corn the vegetable. I think it's okay. I really support it. But is this really the kind of corn I'm talking about?
Oh.
Because corn is also my cat.
I feel like I'm in a Vsauce video right now.
Is also a word for small things like corned beef.
Right.
Oh.
The corn refers to, I believe, the salt, like you've put
The
it
corning
in
process.
the corning process.
And also a band as well.
And that's with the K.
Yeah.
That is completely different. But you know what? Look, I'm just gonna go into this. Like, I think it's time to move on. I think that the corn thing, I don't want it to become oversaturated. It's time to move on.
We're hanging up the corn right now.
I'm not hanging it up right now. You can't just hang up something that's taken over your soul. What you can do is evolve. Right. So I think a few days ago I tweeted cat burp.
Huh.
What was that about?
Interesting.
There was no corn there, was there? I do have a cat named Corn. You see how it evolved.
Right.
Okay, that is just about all the information I can get from this video, as their conversation veers from corn to talking about cat burps. But I think we still have enough information to make a solid conclusion. Vsauce reveals many things in that commentary, and he asks if this is really the type of corn he's talking about or promoting, and this opens up a whole other world of possibilities that we haven't even been thinking of. He could be talking about something completely different for all we know. After all, corn is just a word to represent something in real life, and words, my friend, have multiple meanings. On top of this, he makes some remarks about how he doesn't want to continue the joke for too long, as it could become oversaturated, and this is like a year later now, so he probably is going to stop posting the corn picture soon. But like at the same time, he says the corn has taken over his soul, and that he has to give it up, but he must evolve first. You know, this could mean a number of things. It means that in life, if you are too attached to something, that you eventually have to move on. Nothing is forever, whether you like it or not. Even though Vsauce has had his soul taken over by corn, he still has to learn to move on via evolving. This is because the way someone is one day or 1 year or 1 week or 1 month is not the way that person is for the rest of their life, because people change and evolve. They have to. Now, aside from this, what we learned in the video is not a straight answer to the question, what is the meaning of the corn photos, at all. Not a straight answer. But what I think Vsauce is trying to say is that we will never know completely what he's trying to say. But I think there's only one person who knows the true meaning, and that is Vsauce himself. I mean, we can try to decipher it and understand what he's trying to say with these photos, but like, he's the only one that's gonna know. So yeah. Also, shout out to Vsauce. If Vsauce is watching this, I know there's a very slim chance of that happening. Also, shout out to literally anyone who made it this far in the video. Peace.